What is up, everybody? Diego and I here today. We wanted to film a video to go over some tips, kind of things that we think will help, give you some visuals as well. The title, the theme of this video is going to be food volume versus calorie density. So you can kind of see, the importance of why eating whole foods helps, why necessarily eating your favorite foods doesn't hurt. It's just that, they're super more calorie dense and also maybe taste really well and then crave to eat more. They don't fill you up. So hopefully you'll learn some good lessons. We're also gonna do some measuring examples. So give you a little example of how that works and why you would want to use it, when to use it. So yeah, we're gonna dive in. We're gonna show you kind of a whole day of eating as well, and then some stuff to compare for you. All right, so first we're gonna go ahead and actually, to finish up for our whole day of eating, we got the other meals made. We're gonna do the breakfast real quick and show you how measuring helps. So good breakfast, say a cup of Greek yogurt, a cup of fruit. All right, so now normally obviously you could just dish this out, you could just spoon it out, you could use a measuring cup. I personally we like to weigh, just because when we buy food, there is only a certain amount. We don't have unlimited amounts. So it just really helps us portion really more for the amount of groceries for the week. But perfect example is, say you want to do a cup of Greek yogurt. You actually can take your serving dish, put it on the scale, zero it out. All right, then dish it out, and now it's going to tell you negative, but that's because you're taking food out of the container. So, but we're going to go a cup, so 8 ounces. So, negative 3.2, 6. And I've done this so much, I can tell you about what the next is going to be. So, this would probably... So 8.32, so a little over. Don't have to be perfect. And if you're, all about the metric system, you'll see that's about 236 grams. So sometimes when you're plugging into MyFitnessPal, you would pull up non-fat Greek yogurt, and then for the portions, it might ask you it might only have grams as an option. So then that way you can know, I did 236 grams. Or again, you could also plug in ounces. One of those two is going to be common. So that's about a cup, so 8 ounces. All right. Now this is even more important. Like foods like berries and yogurt, when we get into calorie density, you'll see they have a lot of volume for a little amount of calories. So actually, the scale, it's not going to matter a ton calorie wise. Where it gets really important is processed foods and calorie dense things like snacky foods, and especially like nuts or something like that, right? The difference of 1 ounce of nuts it could be 180, 200 calories, right? So if you're just kind of randomly grabbing those, that adds up quick. So those foods are super important, to maybe kind of if we had some peanut butter, I would show you, we could have just an amount of peanut butter on the spoon that looks fairly normal, and you'd see that will say, 100 grams. And then take a bigger scoop with a bigger glob, which to your eye, you're like, oh, that's nothing. And the difference could literally be, that could be 400 grams, right? So to your eye, that's no biggie, no difference, but it's like 300-400 calorie difference, right? So that's huge. All right, so there's 8 ounces of yogurt. Then berries, again, a cup, and berries are super volume. They're not a ton of calories, so it wouldn't matter as much. You could just use a 1 cup measuring cup, or you could do it the same way. So you could zero out the bag. No, you want a cup, which is about 8 ounces. That's going to be my guess. Let's see how close we are. It's probably less. See, that was only 4 ounces. So in this example, you could have more food than you thought. So that's only about half. 6. So let's see. 1 cup. So this is where is 140. Let's see. All right. So this is a good example. So with berries, 1 cup's 140 grams. So a volume of a cup is a little less. So 140 grams, we've taken out 190, right? So that's actually going to be pretty close. A little, let's see, 190, a little over. So if you want it to be exact, you could throw some in, but you don't have to be. You just have to be close. So it was like 140. So yeah, there you go. 153, so that's good. So a cup of berries. So boom, this is gonna be like 25 grams of protein. All right, 25 grams of protein. As you can see, it's like a whole bowl. So once you mix it up, and you could put stevia in it. So some people don't like Greek yogurt by themselves. You could throw a packet of stevia in it, cinnamon, whatever spices you like. But then this will kind of complete what we have over here. So now we're going to move on. This, if you are familiar with our template that we give everyone when they sign up, just the basic food template, this is kind of what we recommend. This is a day, a good base of food, right? So you have breakfast. So all these 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, total, this is 1,000 calories, all right, and 120 grams of protein. So you have your breakfast, between the 3 meals, 120 grams of protein. Breakfast, cup of berries, cup of Greek yogurt. Lunch is 2 cans of tuna, some veggies, so some steamed green beans there. We use a little steamer bag and an apple. And then dinner is 8 ounces of lean ground beef made into burger patties. You could throw some mustard on there, even a little ketchup, some steamed broccoli, and 1 cup, 8 ounces of mashed sweet potato. We mix some cinnamon in there. So all this is 1,000 calories, right guys? 120 grams of protein. I'm pretty sure if you all ate this, you would feel pretty full and satisfied. Now you're probably thinking 1,000 calories, but y'all said we can eat 1,600. That's right. If you wanted to, you could have 400 or 500 calories of whatever you wanted. A chocolate bar, like for example, like here's a little chocolate bar. So if you want it for dessert, this whole bar, 2 servings, 112 calories, so 200 calories. So you could fit that in and still be in your calorie goal. All right. So yeah, so it gives you, when we talk about 80-20, that's about right. Like this would be about 80% of your calories for the day, and 20% could be whatever you want, right? Now, say this is how you start your day. This is how you go. 1,000 calories. Now we're gonna share something else. Say this is a Frappuccino here, blueberry muffin from Starbucks. This is 1,000 calories. All right, 1,000 calories. Have this for breakfast. Probably gonna be hungry a couple hours later, right? Like you're definitely gonna eat more food in the day, right? So, or all this, 1,000 calories. And again, you have room to have other stuff, right? So, but this is about 4 grams of protein, 1,000 calories. Think about how you would feel eating this. Like, are you gonna be full? Are you gonna be craving more? Does this sweet thing make you want more? So, we're not trying to say these things are bad, don't ever have a blueberry muffin. Because as you can see, like you could, yeah, if you just, ate this, like, and that was it, nothing else the rest of the day, you would be fine. Now, you wouldn't be getting much protein or nutrients. Long term, you're gonna have some issues there. But in and of itself, this is 1,000 calories. And this is 1,000 calories, but you see where we're going with this. So, calorie density, food volume. So you get more volume that's gonna help fill you up. That's what people have to understand. I think a lot of times people feel guilty. Like if we told you to eat all this for lunch, you might not even be able to finish it, or you'll be like, that's a lot of food, and you feel guilty for eating it all. But the thing is, the calories aren't super dense. Whereas this, we meet with a lot of people who say, I don't even eat that much, I don't know why I gain weight, right? And Frappuccino, blueberry muffin, this is not a lot of food, right? But it's calorie dense, and calories are what matter, not just, the food volume. So that's why, high volume, low calorie foods make it a lot easier. All right, guys? So we'll have Diego kind of zoom in on the meals again, so you'll see a day's worth. Now, so there you go, 3 square meals, 120 grams of protein, even room for a little snack or treat, or you could just have more sweet potatoes, or add some rice in there, or some other foods you like. Now where we can get in trouble is the snacks the calories that we don't, the hidden calories. All right, so that's going to be things like, so this is a big one, right? Well, this is vinegar, not oil. I don't even know if we have oil. Here's coconut oil, which would be a perfect demonstration. So olive oil would have been better. But yeah, so oil's about, for 1 tablespoon, 15 grams of fat, about 150 calories. So 2 tablespoons is 300 calories, right? And that would just be, a little liquid amount. Like you're pouring that in a pan. So then say all of a sudden you're pouring some oil in to mash your potatoes, right? So that's 300 calories that you're not even seeing. It would be the same plate of food, but if you poured 300 calories of oil on it, say you mixed this tuna with a bunch of mayo, 3 tablespoons of mayo, then all of a sudden there's another 300 calories, all right? And then say you threw 2 handfuls of nuts onto the breakfast here, there's another 300 calories. Now all of a sudden, that's extra 3, 6, 9, 900 calories. Now this is pushing 2,000 calories. And for a lot of you, then that's a calorie surplus, right? Or at least it's going to prevent you from losing weight. You might gain. Even with the same healthy foods, even only adding in olive oil, great healthy food, right? Like nutrient dense, almonds. So you see where you can get tripped up, even thinking I'm eating good foods. It's calorie density, right? So then all of a sudden those foods just double your calories and it would look exactly the same, right? So again, this is why journaling and tracking just brings awareness. Like we're not trying to tell you like don't have a muffin, don't have a frappuccino. We're saying like have a good base, like 120 grams of protein, that's gonna help you feel full, that's gonna fill you up. Then you'll know, man, this is 1,000 calories. I got 400 calories left. So be mindful with that 400 calories. Know, you know what? I'm gonna have a chocolate bar, right? This is 200 calories. So all of a sudden, really, if this is how you're eating, you're gonna have 2 chocolate bars, right? So then all of a sudden, you like to have a snack. Okay, have a chocolate bar in between lunch and dinner, right? Or you're watching TV after dinner, have a chocolate bar for a snack. And chocolate bar is just an example because that's what I have. It could be like Diego, it could be some ice cream, right? So he fits in, say, a serving of ice cream, like 200, 300, 400 calories, quarter cup, half a cup of ice cream every day. This is how he does it. So now again, this muffin is 500 calories. You could actually then end up fitting that in. But you see, if you start your day with the muffin and the frappuccino, so you're 1,000 calories to begin with, you only got 500 calories left the rest of the day. Now what happens when you get to dinner and you want to binge? And and then you're snack, you go over in calories, there's no digging out of that hole, and that's not going to fill you up. So that's where mindfulness comes in, is knowing these things, getting in good habits, a good 80% whole foods, high protein, and then being aware of your snacks, your indulgences, your treats, trade-offs, right? You may be like, well, you know what? I don't want this frappuccino and muffin, but if I can have a chocolate bar, that trade-off works. So by learning to have the Greek yogurt and berries for breakfast, getting rid of that's a trade-off. No frappuccino, no muffin, but you can have a chocolate bar. All right, guys? So that's what I think. I'm going to go ahead and swing it around to Diego here and let him give you your thoughts.
Let me get ready. So basically the same things, and I just want to put an example of how it could compare even, like Gary said, with healthy foods. We don't have a banana, but I want to make like the example, an apple versus a banana. And I'll probably go home and get a little picture comparison and post it in the group after. This one's going to be a lot more satiating. It has a lot of crunch to it. You're going to take more time chewing it and stuff like that, where you're probably going to feel a little fuller. For the same amount, let's say this apple, I don't know, it's about, I'm going to guess about 200 grams of apple. If you have the same amount in a banana, it's probably going to be extra 100 to 150 calories more. And it's not going to fill you as much. So a banana, you can eat it super fast. And then you're going to be, okay, what's next? So that's another example of like Gary said, how healthy food, quote unquote, can make a huge difference. It's not just what, like the food volume, but it's the amount of calories in the end that make the whole difference. And like Gary said, one example, I love ice cream. Most of you guys know that I have a thing for ice cream, a little obsession. So I try to eat it every day. And I just know I have to not eat as much as something else. So let's say if I was eating 1,500 calories, and this was my food for the day, I know I have to take something out. This is mainly my base. Then I'm gonna take something out like that, and then put the ice cream in. So I would keep my nutrition 80 to 90% good, whole foods, and then the other 10% is what I would do, just adding a little more stuff. Other than that, I'll make a video later as well on measuring and stuff like that. It's super simple how to plug it in MyFitnessPal. It can get a little bit confusing. So like, for example, and this is a quick example that we have it here, if I would weigh this meat cooked versus if I would weigh it raw, there would be a big difference in calories. So I would want to look up how, like, if the meat is cooked or raw in MyFitnessPal, and then plug it in that way. If, let's say, this is 4 ounces, same compared to raw meat, this is probably going to be an extra 100, 150 calories compared to the raw for the same amount of weight. So that's another example. I think that one will probably actually do a whole video on it again. But it's just certain aspects, like the main takeaway would be, make sure you guys get whole foods, focus on your protein, and then yeah, if you want a little bit of other stuff, fit in your chocolate bar, stuff like that, but focus on the main things, your calories and then your protein. Make sure you hit your protein, then after that, fill the rest of your calories however you want. Just make sure you're satiated. If you have a little hunger, that's fine, but make sure you're making the right decisions to get there.